guys, welcome back to my channel. So I hope you've read the title because I hope that this video will go over well. And today we are here. I'm rocking the same sweater I wore in one of my recent videos, but in this video it's very appropriate, okay? Babes supporting babes, very important. I was just writing a paper actually, and I thought to myself, it's International Women's Month, March, and International Women's Day was a couple weeks ago, and so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do this video. It's been something that I've wanted to do for a while, but that I've always felt kind of uncomfortable to do, and I've decided that I can say whatever I want to say. If I want to say this, I can, and I'm going to. So I hope you all will take this with a grain of salt. This is my opinion. Let's have a really nice, peaceful, kind discussion in the comments section if you want. You can disagree with me, you can agree with me, whatever. I'm totally fine with that. So I'm gonna start with the title of this video, that I'm a feminist and you should be too. This is something that I've had a journey with, feminism. The word, calling myself a feminist has been a journey. And I think that the fact that it's even been something that I've questioned in the past is really sad to me, and I'm sure some of you are probably watching this being like, she's crazy, of course you're a feminist, you're a female. Well, not actually, that's not actually the case a lot of the time. And some of you might also be watching this thinking, yeah, I'm not a feminist, like, yeah, I'm a female, but I'm not. So I wanted to start this video by like really simply educating you guys, and if you want to continue to educate one another down below, please do. I took a feminist action course in my second year of university, and it was very eye-opening for me. So I want to talk about that. But to begin, before we go any further, I really need to define feminism for you guys, because this is something that I didn't know until I was, like 18, 19, and now I know, and I have to share that the true definition of feminism is equality for all, despite gender, despite ethnicity, despite religion, despite anything else. The sole root of feminism is equality. Men, women, whatever you identify as, whoever you are, you can be a feminist if you believe that we should all be equal. And I know there's also people out there who really don't like labels. Sure, if you don't want to have a label as a feminist, don't label yourself as a feminist, but if you hold those beliefs, I mean, that's kind of what it is. So that's like the beginning of what I wanted to start this video with, because I think there's often a preconceived notion that like feminists are man haters. That's not the case. I obviously have a partner who's a male. You know, everyone is welcome. Again, equality. Once you kind of understand that and like grasp the fact that this is not just for women, this is for everyone, I think it's like quite eye-opening. So I want to tell you guys a story, and this is probably my first recollection, or one of the big recollections I have with feminism, because it's nothing that I really like did a lot of research on or really understood when I was younger, and I wish I had, but it just wasn't something that I was really aware of. My first year of university, I was attending a school that was like smaller than the one I'm at now. I ended up transferring after like my first couple semesters there, and it was in the town I grew up, which is like kind of a smaller town than where I live now. And people are just different. Their thinking was different there. And even just like, I don't know how many years ago that was, like 4 years ago, the thinking was very different. But I remember I was in an English literature class and we had done a reading, and I don't remember exactly what the reading was on or anything, but I remember the topic of feminism came up. I remember sitting in class and actually being like, what is feminism? Because I heard all these different opinions, and I was like, I thought I knew what it was, but maybe I don't. Like, all these people are saying these different things. Like, maybe I have no idea what this actually is. So while everyone was discussing it, I went on my phone and I Googled it, and I read the definition, and I was like, oh, like, yeah, I could get behind that. Equality, yeah, hell yeah, I believe in that, like 100%. And at the very essence of it, that is what I believe, without having to label it or anything. And so I sort of sat there and listened, and I remember there was a girl sitting in front of me who raised her hand and started going on about how she's not a feminist. Her understanding was obviously very off, and I remember sitting there listening to her like declare that she's like not a feminist and how she thinks feminist is bad and stuff, and thinking like, wow, like, this is bizarre. I just read definition and I'm feeling like this is totally something I can get behind, whereas this young girl is thinking like this is a terrible thing that we've developed over time. And it made me really sad. And then I went to this bigger university, and I took a feminist action course, and it was very eye-opening to me. Yeah, there's lots of fucked up things that happened within this kind of realm of feminism, but at the very core essence of what it was totally something I could get behind. And when I was in class having discussions with other girls about this, we all had in some sort of way we identify with feminism. And there's different types of feminism. I don't need to get into that because it's not necessary. We all could identify with something, and we could all also identify with why this has become such a big deal in today's society, like why it's become such a big deal to not only be willing to identify yourself as a feminist, but to do things that make the world an easier place for women. I attended the Women's March. That was in February or January, I can't even remember now. And it was so riveting. I was emotional being there. It was very emotional. And I think like everyone is there for a different reason. Like my boyfriend was there, my dad was there, my sister's husband was there, and everyone is there in that moment that was for women, like the empowering of women. And in Vancouver, where I'm from, there was a heavy focus on Aboriginal and Indigenous women, and that was so powerful. Like I cannot tell you how powerful that was. And for me to kind of be new to feminism in a way and to become involved in something like that, I felt like so powerful having all these thousands of women around me also believing the same things that I believe, and not only believing them but like doing something about it. And I think that that is the biggest thing. Whoa, I'm getting emotional, sorry. It's one thing to believe, like, you know, in your heart, like, hey, that's not right that we don't make the same amount of money, and hey, that's not right that, like, you know, we get sexually harassed all the time and no one does anything about it. But it's another thing to do something about it, and not only do something about it, but have thousands of other people also on your side and understanding like exactly where you're coming from. I remember like just being among all those powerful people and just feeling like we're such a force to be reckoned with. Like, how dare people think they can take advantage of us as a gender, as a group of women? Like, how dare people think that, you know, we're less than because we have vaginas versus a fucking penis, which honestly I'd rather have a vagina. But yeah, it comes back down to like the very core essence of like what you believe. But if you truly believe like at the very core of your being that we are all equal and that we all deserve an equal chance at succeeding in life, which is what I 100% believe in despite anything, then that is the definition of feminism. And I think it's funny how uncomfortable people get with the fact that feminism has like more of a female, like a gendered female connotation, whereas like so many things are gendered male and no one questions it. Even just the word history is his story and no one questions it. But when you say feminism, people are like, oh, but like what about the men? They'll be fine. Like honestly, they'll be fucking fine. Also, feminism doesn't disclude men. We want to include everyone. It's extremely inclusive. This little book, if you are interested, this is an amazing little read. It's tiny. You can read this in like literally one night. Now like the world is changing. About fucking time. The world is changing and women are in the workforce. Women are in universities. Women are everywhere and they're powerful, and like I said, we are a force to be reckoned with. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously the point of this video is not to persuade you to think the same way as me, but I do hope that this video has encouraged you to open your eyes. Yes, things are getting better for women, but there's still extreme disadvantages, and I'm just saying in like North America it's getting better, but in other places in the world like it's still horrible and women are still treated like dirt essentially. And I think that it's really important to be aware of this and to have a voice in this, because what you have to say does matter and it has power. And I think that to believe that one person cannot make a change is the worst mindset ever to have, because you have power that you don't even know. Until you actually need that power, you don't even know what you're capable of. And I think that that's really important. And my mom has always said to my sister and I that you are stronger than you think. And I believe that that is entirely true, especially in regards to women. We belittle ourselves and we don't try to reach our full potential because we don't believe we have a full potential to reach. That's what I have to say. I know this wasn't like the most like peppy fun video, but I'm really glad I got to make it, because this is something that has been weighing on me and I have felt a responsibility almost to say something and to like make my opinion known. and to hopefully encourage a positive, healthy conversation in the comments where you guys can have good conversations with one another and educate one another. And you know, if you don't believe in the same things I do and you're really traditional, like, okay, cool, like that's totally fine. But this is what I believe, and I really think that it's important for me to share. Yeah, so thanks guys for watching. I will see you all very soon.